guess what time it is? Gyro time! Welcome back to another week of the FOGO Life, everybody. As you know, I'm your host, Captain Ron, and I have a special guest with us here this week. If you don't know what this is, it's called the Trompo King. And this is Gnome. Gnome is the inventor of the Trompo King. Tell us a little about it, Gnome.
Well, what we have here is the 13-inch original Trompo King with a 12-inch spike. We have the Captain Ron grate right there.
That's right.
And we're 5 years in business, and we love making gyros, tacos al pastor, and of course shawarma.
So today what we're gonna do is we're gonna make some pork gyros. Let's get started. So what the Trompo King is a device that's used for stacking your meat. We're gonna take our meat, we're gonna slice it thin, we're gonna marinate it, and once it's all marinated, we're gonna stack it right on the Trompo King here. It's like, have you ever been to the restaurant where you see the gyro meat, the gyro meat turning like that? That's exactly what this is for. The way that the egg works and the Kamado cooker works brings the heat up around the sides and it cooks it very much the same way. So today we're gonna do pork gyros. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna use this. We're gonna use the Greek Freak from Spiceology. It's gonna be great. That's also available on our website at FOGOCharcoal.com. And Noam, I think you'll agree, this is a pretty simple process, right?
Yes.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pork loin, we're gonna cut it into strips, maybe about a 1/4 inch thick or something like that, right?
Perfect.
All right, because the thinner the better. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do that, we're gonna marinate them overnight in this beautiful Greek dressing that we're gonna make. Like I said before, we're gonna add some pork shoulder. We have some cut up pork shoulder. We're gonna slice this thin too. Same thing, you wanna add a little more fat in there. That pork loin's a pretty lean piece of meat. So I think that's gonna be a perfect thing. What do you think?
I think it's gonna be great, and that fat from the top is gonna drip down and get into the meat.
And then we're gonna stack them onto the Trompo King like this. So we got a big stack of meat, and then roast it on the big green egg. It's gonna be outstanding. Gonna get that nice outside, gets those nice
That char. Oh yeah.
edges. Oh yeah. So Noam, I did all the work of cutting the meat, so I think I'm gonna have you make the seasoning. What do you think?
I think that's a great idea.
All right, cool. Tell us about it. What are we doing?
So today we're using the Spiceology Greek Freak. This stuff smells great. The aromas in that thing. We can do oppa. So we have 4 pounds of meat here. And what I like to do is add 1 tablespoon of seasoning for every pound of meat. And then we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of olive oil per pound. So we're gonna have 8 tablespoons of olive oil. So you really wanna get everything incorporated. I mean, this Spiceology, they use a lot of different ingredients in here. So you really wanna incorporate it really, really well with the olive oil. And that's it.
All right, let's let this sit for a couple minutes, then we're gonna pour it all over this meat here. Get going.
Yeah,
That's money right there. That's called money. All right, looks good.
That looks fantastic.
What we did is we added about, another tablespoon or so? Maybe,
right around a tablespoon, yeah.
Another tablespoon.
Top it
just
off.
the seasoning, not more oil. We want to just make sure we got plenty of flavor in there. So what we're gonna do now, cover up our cambro, make sure that it's all mixed around real good, like such, and then into the refrigerator for about 2 hours, maybe 3 hours, we'll see. Depends how much time Noam wants to give us today. So, all right, Noam, so you're the pro. So meat's okay. So the meat's been marinating about 2 hours now.
Yep.
What's our next step? What do we have to do next?
We gotta get some FOGO on there and light this thing.
You want to get this thing up? Okay.
Yeah.
What temperature are we gonna do? Tell me about it.
I like to run my trompos at 350.
Okay.
Gives a nice, consistent, even cook.
Okay.
Yep.
And it's kind of cooked like an upright roast in a way because the meat's gonna be all stacked like this. So it's gonna be one solid piece of meat. So excellent. Let's get some charcoal in this baby and get it lit. So what we have this week is we're doing about a 2-hour cook. So we're gonna use our FOGO Black Bag Premium. Super Premium, longer cooks. Black Bag Premium, shorter cooks. We are up to about 300 degrees, so we wanna get to 350. So we're gonna put our expander system in here because we're gonna cook indirect. With the Trompo King, you can cook direct, but I find it best to cook it indirect. It really makes that heat come up and gets that outside nice and crispy and crunchy just the way we want it. So good. This is what happens when you invite friends over. They bring green gloves for green eggs. All right, so I think it's time we stack our meat. We're humming along at 350 degrees.
Perfect.
All right, it's been burning nice and clean for a while. So Noam is going to show us how to properly stack your meat.
So I like the fatty meat.
Okay.
Or the fattier meat on the bottom.
Okay. See, I would have automatically went to the top, so I would have thought we want that fat to ooze down around it.
And we're gonna get there.
Okay.
So I like to, alternate between the long and the short part.
Okay. So you like
crisscross
this way,
a
you want to crisscross them back and forth.
Right.
Okay. That makes sense. That marinating time is really important. That's good. At least a couple hours. The longer you marinate the meat, the better off you're going to be. If you can do it overnight, go ahead and do it overnight. No problem with that. You're going to get more flavor. More flavor. That's what we're all about here.
So I like to, when we're done stacking here, is to top it off with half an onion.
Oh.
Now, when you're making al pastor, you could top it off with a pineapple, and when you're making shawarma, you can even do an apple.
Oh, I love it.
And the juices from the fruit that you're using or the onion will drip right down into the meat. It gives it a nice, pleasant, mild flavor, and it just adds to it.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. I love it. Anything that adds more flavor, I'm all over it. Our meat is stacked. Our eggs at 350. I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. Go ahead. Can I put it on here? Is that
I'm gonna
okay?
give you the honors.
All right, thank you. A couple tips here is that we have the XL here, we have the expander in here. If you're using your large, don't use the expander system. It's a little bit too tall. Just use the regular grate on the convector. So we're gonna set that in there. We'll let that go at 350 for, I don't know how long. We're gonna put a meter thermometer in it so that we know where the temperature's at. How's that sound?
Perfect.
All right, Noam, so we've got our meat stacked and cooking away.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna make gyros out of this, right? Or gyros. However, how do you say it? Tell me in the comments. Phonetically, tell me what you say down in the comments. But in any case, what's the one sauce that we need for gyro?
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki, right.
Tzatziki.
So you can go to the store and buy your own, but no. We're gonna make our own. Noam's got a great recipe here. We're gonna put it together. We're gonna show you what's in it. We're gonna mix it all together and let that meld together. Gonna be so good right on top of that. Beautiful stacked meat, don't you think?
Absolutely.
I can't wait. This is exciting stuff. Half a cup finely grated cucumber. 1 cup of whole milk Greek yogurt. It's gotta be whole milk. 1 tablespoon of fresh lemon juice. A half a tablespoon of EVOO, extra virgin olive oil. 1 garlic clove grated. 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. And 1 tablespoon of chopped dill. That looks beautiful. Now what are we gonna do? We're gonna throw that in the refrigerator and let that kind of meld together for a while, right?
Absolutely. It's gonna tighten it up, firm it up a little bit, and get all those aromas together.
Awesome, it looks beautiful. Oh, it smells so good too. Oh, I love
that garlic, the dill.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I could just eat garlic straight. Of course, that's why we have no vampires around here. That's also why I have no friends around here. So, but
we got one at least.
Yeah, we got one. So we're gonna throw this in the refrigerator right now while the Trompo King is cooking away. This is gonna be good. I can't wait. All right, we're about halfway through. It's at 100 degrees. So what I like to do is spin it. This way, if you have some uneven airflow or something like that, you're cooking it evenly all around. So look at that beautiful color. Oh God, is this gonna be good? 141 degrees. We're gonna pull this off now because we're gonna have a little bit of carryover. So pork needs to go to 140. What do you think, Noam?
145.
145.
145.
Thank you for correcting me.
Nope, no problem. And that's a perfect pulling time right there.
All right, now check this out. Oh, that's sizzling. Oh my God. All right, so we're all there now. We're gonna get ready to carve it. So let me ask you this, Noam. Do you normally rest this, like with steak? I know we rested it on like that. Do you need to rest this?
With pork, you don't need to rest.
Okay.
With this particular style of cooking, you don't need to rest it. You could start slicing. I let it cool for a few minutes.
Okay.
Just because the heat could penetrate the glove a little bit, but other than that, you're good to
But
slice.
now we're ready to go. So basically, we're just gonna take like this. We're just gonna slice down, kind of like they do like in the gyro shops, right?
That's it.
Then, as I guess as it falls down and goes onto that pan here, it's also gonna get a little more sear, a little more crunch.
You're gonna get a little more sear, and then you're gonna pick up all the juices that.
All this pork fat is just awesome, man. You know what they say, pork fat rules. We got some beautiful color on our bread here, so it's the first spot. I have to put this paper towel in here because it is hot. Next thing, grab some of this beautiful meat. Lay that right in there. Oh. What should we do next? Tzatziki next?
Tzatziki, of course.
All right.
Get it on there.
Put some of this on here. Okay. Options are endless. I'm gonna put a little bit of red onion. I like red onion on mine. I think some tomatoes are in order. What do you think?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. He says, oh
Can't
yeah.
go wrong with tomatoes. Come on now. Unbelievable.
All right, so you're just eating yours off a fork. I'm going in full gyro here. Full gyro mode. So look at this, I even got my glove on. Cheers.
I didn't even wait for you, sorry. This was that good.
Wow. That is, I mean, that's just delicious. That's as good as anything I've ever gotten in a restaurant, I can tell you that. That Trompo King works amazing. I mean, amazing.
Thank you.
It's so cool the way that it roasts. You know, we were saying too, even as it's cooking, when you get a nice color on the outside, you can actually cut down the sides then, let it continue to cook. You can develop a whole nother layer of that crunchiness and that crispiness on the color. So however you want to do it. This is, I mean, it's just fantastic. Between the beautiful meat, the way that it cooks, this tzatziki, it's just absolutely phenomenal. Folks, I'd highly, highly recommend this, okay? Also, if you liked any of the products that we used in this video, the links are all down below, right in the description. Don't be afraid to check it out. So I want to thank you for coming out, Noam. This has been fantastic. Anything you'd like to say to the camera before we go here?
Love you guys.
He
Appreciate
loves you
it.
guys. We all love you guys. So Remember, get out and grill, and we'll see you the next time on the FOGO Life.